Hello everybody, it's Scary here, back with another upload for Paragon, and this time I'm going to be doing a Rampage deck build and guide with the same old gameplay. Now obviously Rampage had a massive nerf during one of the recent patches, but he's still really strong. I talked a bit about him in my jungle guide, but this will be all about Rampage and the deck I used for him, so let's get into his abilities. So the first ability is the Pounce, which can either be used as an initiation to a fight or an escape. So I always like to use heroes that have escapes in them. It makes you much harder to kill and can do hit and run attacks on enemies, like in mid lane if you just jump into them, or if you want to attack them, realise that you're not strong enough and then dive out. It's perfect for it. Next is the boulder throw, which stuns enemies basically. This is perfect if an enemy is getting away and you can't catch them. Use this to stun them, stop them in their tracks, then pounce on them to catch them up and kill them. Again, this can be used to get away from a bad situation, so stun the enemy, jump out, so he's got 2 escapes there as well. Third is the passive called King of the Jungle, which is basically health regen. Nowhere near as OP as Chimera's, but still pretty valuable, especially when used during his ult, because this will be complete like times 50 or something, like 50 per second, as I'll explain in a second. This is also very handy for farming in the jungle early game because he's going to keep his health at least at the medium. And Rampage's ult called Enraged. So this, he gains 50 per second health regen, which is incredible, especially when it's upgraded fully. Pounce is made a lot bigger as well, and the boulder throw is instant, so he's just about the only hero to have an ult that strengthens every other ability. I'm not sure if that's right, but you can let me know in the comments if that is right, because that's pretty impressive if his ult is the only one that makes every ability even better. So there's Rampage's abilities. Let's check out the deck build. Okay, so the first card that I use is obviously the Beastmaster's Key, which is just for the harvesters, so go and get the red buff in the jungle, farm a bit, get 3 card points, set up the harvesters with the Beastmaster's Key, and you'll go back to base with 6 points once you discard that Beastmaster's Key. Then of course you'll add the Guardian's Ward, because you know everyone needs wards. And I'll recommend that you just put 3 minor strikes on here. I haven't got any left, so I had to use a few extra healths, but just put 3 card points on here and you're good to go. The Guardian's Ward gives 6.5 physical damage and 100 health, so it's a really good card to start out with in the jungle. The first main card that I want to use though is Impact Hammer. You'll put 2 strikes and 1 minor strike on here, so this will give you 13 physical damage and 3% crit chance, with an added 6.5 physical damage when it's fully completed. So this card sets you up really well for farming easily in the jungle. Does a ton of damage to the minions, and you've also got the health regen ability, so you're good to go in the jungle. Next card is Flashfire Piston. You put a major strike and minor kinetic just to add a bit more damage and attack speed. This card gives 6.5 physical damage, 5.5 attack speed, with an added 5.5 attack speed when you complete it, so you're going to be attacking much faster with that extra bit of damage in the jungle. The next card is the Chrono Spike, is it? Yep. So that's got 2 strikes and 1 minor strike on it. This will give you 6.5 physical damage, 75 mana, and once completed gives 5% cooldown, as you want your ult back as quickly as possible once you've used it, because that health regen is incredible and it's a massive escape if you're in a tight situation. So get that sorted straight away. Next we go on to the armour with the Spiked Bone Plate. You know how much I love this card. You put a Greater Guard and 2 Beta Guards on here, whichever ones you've got really. You can use 3 Greater Guards, 3 Beta Guards. I just use that because they're the cards that I've got. This card gives 22 physical armour, 6.5 physical damage, and add an extra 13 physical damage when completed. Again, it's up to you which way round you do the armour. It's situational really, it depends on who you've got more enemies, energy or armour, or physical. So it's up to you. So next is Tune Barrier with 3 beta barriers. So with the early damage, you're now very hard to kill with all this armour, especially with your health regen ability. this card gives 22 energy armour, 100 health and 44 extra energy armour when completed. So using the spiked bone plate and tune barrier cards gives a nice mix of damage, armour and health. That's why I use these two cards. The final card is Pendulum of Lords, which is just here. So you want to put an alpha health, which is 5 card points, quite a lot I know, but it gives you a hell of a lot of health, and 2 normal healths on it, just to add to your tankiness really. You want to be harder to kill late game. This gives 75 mana, 100 health and 2.5 cooldown, with an extra 2.5% cooldown when you completed it. So again, your ultimate's going to come back quicker, you've got a lot of health, a lot of armour, and you're doing a hell of a lot of damage, so it's a perfect build really. Now I hope you enjoyed this deck. I really enjoy playing as Rampage. Even if he has had a massive nerf, he's still so dangerous when you find him in the jungle. Maybe not as scary as Chimera, but Rampage still does a hell of a lot of damage to you. Let me know how you get on with this deck. As usual, like and sub to the channel for more Paragon videos. And I'll see you next time. Enjoy the gameplay coming in a sec.